This is the new trend in Fiji that's causing massive problems. It's called hotspotting or Bluetoothing. An intravenous drug user shares their blood with others to make their supply go further. In a country where HIV cases have skyrocketed from fewer than 500 in 2014 to almost 6,000 last year, the shocking trend is only making things worse.
It really breaks my heart to see these young people knowing that they have all this infection on them that they will carry with them for life.
Seen as a pristine getaway, Fiji often ranks as one of the top overseas travel destinations for Australians. But outside the resort precincts, on the streets of the capital, Suva, it's a different story. The tiny Pacific nation, with a population of less than 1 million, is grappling with multiple health emergencies at once. Fiji's health minister declared an HIV outbreak in January and called it a national crisis. A big factor in the spread of the disease is methamphetamine addiction. Intravenous drug use accounts for roughly half of the country's HIV cases. Pacific correspondent for TVNZ, Barbara Drever, said Fiji had become a hub for meth on its way to Australia and New Zealand.
What we have found now is that Fiji is now a hub for storage of meth, which then goes on to Australia and New Zealand. And of course, when you have, you addict, you make sure that the population is addicted, it becomes easier to transport it and to have high levels of corruption involved.
Ms. Drever said it was in the interest of drug cartels to get local populations addicted to meth to make the job of trafficking it through the Pacific easier.
The Pacific is being used by these foreign cartels to transport meth through, and it is now becoming a massive problem for the Pacific. We are looking at a crisis for the Pacific, and unless leaders do something about it, and they're being urged to by the transnational crime experts, do something about it, we are going to see an even bigger problem. And the reason it is able to flourish is because you have high levels of corruption in those countries.
Last year, 5 tons of the drug was seized in Fiji. But the problem is Pacific-wide. In Papua New Guinea, authorities believe 3 tons of meth is sitting in storage, destined for the lucrative Australian and New Zealand markets. She has met Fijian children as young as 12 who have been diagnosed with HIV after contracting the disease through drug use.
So this has become a massive problem. You don't just have a meth problem and all the societal breakdowns, you suddenly have a massive health problem. I mean, just 3 years ago, there were only 245 new cases of HIV. Last year, close to 1,600 new cases, and many of them children. 8 children died last year of HIV. This year, we're going to have an even bigger numbers.
The Fijian government is making gradual inroads, but Australia has a part to play in the fight against meth in the Pacific.
You know, it's our problem, because if our countries weren't buying that meth, the Pacific wouldn't be being used.